Hello, welcome to Jadekind Gaming. My name is Adam, here with the 42nd, I think that's the answer,
Yep.
session
Sir.
of the New Divines. Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign. We have Stan, we have the old man, we have Terry, we have Billy, we have Rolfur. There are no real people anymore. They have just completely adopted the lives of the characters that they portray, and they've given up their real lives.
It's a unique joke, and we all jump into it.
Or their names are next to their character names. Whatever, you know who we are. Last time, many of you attended a funeral and a coronation. Some of you just hung out and did crafting after telling their nation, prepare for war. You know, I just get a hunch. Yeah, as a god, there's a hunch that it may be coming. Just be ready for war.
No, I did not say prepare for war. I said prepare for intrigue.
That leads to war.
You know, if Sora wants to pull it that way, then I'll back her, but that is not what I did.
But, otherwise, so I think we ended as old man as it was Silence?
Yes, also known as, I wrote it down in my notes, Winslow Drake.
Yeah.
I'm currently
I'm sorry,
Winslow
the
Drake.
frame that I built for this, I didn't leave quite the level of freedom for you to change your name 20 different times throughout the game. I did change it once when I figured out that you weren't using the original one at all, but I'm sure you'll be dropping this one very soon.
Well, yeah, I'm giving it to someone else.
Yeah. So yeah, Winslow Drake, the old man, Stan and Rolfur at the party after the coronation. Billy still working on cake pops, or once they're celebrating, are you like bringing out testing?
Oh yeah. I'll go ahead and start bringing up the fruits of my experimentation to get feedback and see what people like.
Mm-hmm. Terry, nearby in town, he probably just chummed up with a few like a little sort of a round circle of crafting shops. There's like sort of a, blacksmith and a woodworker and sort of a glass blower, all kind of like in a little like half semicircle courtyard where they all kind of work and have shops where sell their wares together, and you probably just chummied up with them and helped them on their works while getting to use their setups and forges and such for whatever you're doing as well, and just sort of talking yourself up.
Is Terry talking himself up?
It's kind of what I'm trying. It's like, as far as, because you said you just kind of went towards the outskirt of the town and found a spot to craft.
Yeah, no, Terry's not like, he's not proselytizing, he's not making himself known.
Okay.
So like he is taking the time just on his own to do his own thing.
Are you at all mingling with people, or do you just like go into your demi-plane out near the edge of town and do your work in there?
If there are appropriate places for me to do things, then I will stay on the material plane.
Okay.
If there are not, then I'll just go to the forge in my demi.
I mean, I guess you don't have to tell them you're a god, but you would have to interact with the craftsmen and such, and
Yeah, leave the door open so people can wander in and ask, "What is this?"
And I mean,
have I died?
it'll become. I have no problem with paying people for some of their space, but
yeah.
Or being like, just people come in and realize that there's a guy creating magic items willy nilly. Also, handing if it's early enough, handing off a magical item to a literal angel and sending them away.
Yeah. They'll probably start letting you rent out some space. But once, it's sort of figure out what you're crafting with it, they'll probably more use your craftsmanship on their tools to sell. Well, of course, we only have the best tools. Yeah, I mean, You know,
Okay.
we got the tools for making magic items. We just have to bring in the people with the magic, the arcane knowledge from.
Yeah, I'll talk up.
Yeah.
I'll give him. I'll drop a few names for people at the some contacts at the Honey Tongue Academy.
Okay. Other than that, um, you're continuing to work through the evening. The crowd is definitely a little inebriated and very fond of, I had just the same idea last night. Can't believe I didn't even know it existed. Yeah, I get some excited things with that. Anyone being too observant, Nim, now not actively working on a job, does take in some drink and gets a little tipsy with the celebration. As at this event, they're just kind of a guest with anyone else, so. Old man, you're able to probably get a moment with the king's ear.
I start off with my liege. I was hoping I could make myself useful to you in your new reign. I have a set of skills developed over years that might help you in days to come.
Yes, that's certainly could prove useful. Of course, the head of my father's security was unfortunately found lacking in trust only a couple weeks ago and has been removed. And he hadn't had time to replace them before, of course, his untimely passing. Someone confidant. I don't for a second believe the rumors are spreading, but I've certainly heard them. It kind of gives you a suspicious look.
Rumors are useful. More useful than facts in many cases. I'm sure you've found this to be true.
Depending on what side they are, I've been on both ends of them. You wouldn't believe the sort of terrible things that were spread about me by maybe even some of the people in this room when they just don't know what's going on. But
yes, I can assist you in making sure that such nastiness is kept in check in the future if you'd like.
of course.
It's always useful to have a rumor in the shadows, as it were.
Yes. Very well. Of course, we'll need to slowly build that sort of trust. Perhaps we can arrange a meeting in the morning?
Would be my pleasure. I'm ever at your majesty's disposal.
Certainly. Of course, enjoy yourself for the evening, and I believe you had a room last night. You can continue, really for the next few nights before that wing gets cleared, as people slowly travel home following these events. But if we meet in this room, say about 7 in the morning, we'll go have a talk following that.
Wonderful. I look forward to it.
setting up bright and early meetings for not you.
Yeah, absolutely. 7 a.m.'s not that bad, unless you've been partying all night.
Yeah.
Hey, you fool.
Oh, since I'm out trying out my different cake pops, I make sure that since I was doing experimentation and they are cake pops, I wanted to create a volcano-shaped one that has a little extra pop to it for a daring soul to try.
Yeah, you find someone willing to try, but you make quite a spectacle, get a lot of looks around because it's someone that's drunk.
Just like
It blows up.
I'm still trying to figure out exactly how much pop to put in this, and go ahead and see if that's the right amount.
Blows the teeth out.
Their head explodes.
No.
Oof.
A little casual murder.
Yet another person kicked out.
It's like a bit too much, and it's like the flavor.
Exotic!
That's what I like to hear. I'll
So
fine tune it.
trouble.
It's a learning process.
Is that pineapple glaze?
It's my own special brew. And it's like I've got a mix of a little bit of everything in there. Still working on trying to get fully formed plants to really start harvesting.
Otherwise, the celebration is still certainly in its midst when the old man thinks it might be time to
Disappear.
disappear.
Okay.
There's a meeting elsewhere.
I go and I imagine my clothes has been delivered by this point, since I had it delivered at 5.
Yeah.
Excellent. So
Yeah.
I disappear into my room for a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and through the doors.
Yep. So you head out to your tavern?
Yes. Without, like, I have an hour window, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I do.
Just lock your bedroom and leave the door open into...
Yeah.
Yeah, so into the tavern. Tavern keeper. Yes, they are in your personal chambers. So,
Excellent. I go and get them.
yeah. So you go up to your room, and waiting for you, you open the door to your room, waiting for you, sort of talking lightly to each other. In your room are 2 versions of the like the old man, the king that you had impersonated
Yeah.
for so many years, and a thin, very fey-like elven woman in bright spring colors, just kind of vibrant greens. Bit wild, splashes of yellow kind of coloration amongst her attire.
So I can pinpoint worshippers.
Yes.
Are all 3 of them worshippers?
Presently, just 2. Just the 2 of you.
So I know their names.
Yeah. So the 2 that look like you, one of them is Richard.
Mhm.
So your son. And the other would be another of your family. For the obvious, whatever.
Yeah. I look at them like, I know you 2, but who are you?
Veronica said. Sort of lightly curtsies.
Does that name ring a bell to me? Do I need, like, an intelligence check or something?
I don't think so.
It's like, I turn and look at the one that I know is my son, even though they both look identical, and just say, explain.
Well, I thought you may want to meet her. We have begun dating. I know you've, you would want to
courting.
meet someone before I get too far involved.
Excellent.
So, if not queer, she is an Eladrin.
Okay.
So
I'm not 100% sure what that is.
that is the extra Fey-like version of elves. That every day that basically have the 4 seasons where they can kind of have a degree of change through that, like Mama June was back when you ran a game.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I look at her and just, oh god. I'm like, you and I are going to have a very long conversation. Unfortunately, right now we're mid-mission. I turn to the one that isn't my boy, and I say, we have a briefing to get through and not much time.
He kind of like hands up just gestures up and down without saying anything.
Yeah. And I look at her and I say, what are you doing for breakfast tomorrow?
I believe, unless Richard has anything else, my calendar should be clear.
Excellent. Why don't you come back here at, say, 8 o'clock, and you and I will sit down and have a meal.
Wonderful.
That's right. Steal your son's girlfriend.
I don't think that's his plan at all, because I think he's been hounding his son to find someone.
Yes.
Steal
And
her.
I just kind of go, follow me, to the extra one, and I'm like, I've got clothes for you, and we have to go through the briefing.
And is it that face?
Yes.
Kind of changes to it. So you switch.
Yeah, I turn back. Yeah, we switch.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of go, come with me.
Yep, and he follows you out.
Yeah, so I take him back to the room, put him through the briefing,
Yep.
which is probably going to take some time
Mhm.
to make sure he knows everything, and that he has a meeting tomorrow at 7 a.m.
Mhm.
And then, here's your clothes, here's all that, and here's 1,000 gold for expenses. I tell him about the bartender. I give him the notes and tell him where he needs to put them back at.
Yep.
And then...
I love that you... That guy is so happy for you having that mindset.
And then I'm just changing this before I forget I spent money. And then I turn into one of the serving girls and make myself a little fluffed.
Okay.
Like, and I go, all right, shall we?
Okay.
Just kind of go. And I leave, and he goes his way to take over his role.
Yep.
And then,
Handing off the room key for the...
yeah.
Yep.
Hand off the room key and everything I need to
Yep.
get him up to it, including all the clothes that I purchased
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah, probably wait out in there and... Yeah.
Yeah.
Room to...
And just standard, I'm pretty sure my guy's done this before, but a breakdown of this is the legend, this is like who you are as a person.
Yeah.
And as before I leave, I'm like, pleasure to meet you, Winslow Drake. And then I reach up and I touch the side of his face and I give him all of the stuff that I can do. Which is the advantage on charisma checks, charisma mod per day, disguise self, charisma mod for long rest, and the pass without a trace without visual, semantic, or components 1 time a day. So he gets all of my blessings.
Your piety, yeah.
Yeah, and I just look at him and I go, blessings upon you.
And yeah, so he heads back to the party.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you have?
Oh, I'm gonna go, I'm just gonna go out into the world, and I'm kind of running a little low on funds.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna find...
That's it.
I think I'm gonna find some mischief to get into for increasing of my money.
Okay.
I know a great deal about the different houses now because of the briefing.
Mm-hmm.
Would I know of any of them that are like liquid financially well off, not just land rich but money rich.
Not here, other than the castle. There are some that are
Okay.
in the other, cities within the nation.
Okay, but they don't have their wealth here.
Yeah.
And the other obvious place to rob is temples, which isn't much of a choice. And big merchant houses in the area.
There are some moderate
I don't
ones
know.
with shipping. This is, a port city. I mean, depending on how much mess you want to get into, you did witness the dropping of a fair bit of liquid wealth.
I did. Oh, down the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go and rob that.
Yeah.
I'll rob the king's tomb. I've got no problem robbing that tomb.
Yeah.
I just gave him an excellent spy master. They owe me that money.
So you head off towards
pass,
that.
Yeah, pass without a trace.
You do your stealthy
Mention
things.
dooring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let you roll your stealthy bit and describe things when we get to you. Let's see if anyone else is up to anything in particular. Stan?
Sounds good. Oh God.
It's just open time. Is anyone else doing anything? They say they're doing anything for what time is it actually?
I mean, we're getting it, into evening. Sun is setting at this point. At open bar.
7:30.
Options for some food, but no like formal dining. Sort of a buffet style. Not nearly as fancy as yesterday's sort of celebration. And it's definitely like smaller tables where not everyone can sit at once, but you can make a play, eat, return to socializing, drinking.
Okay. Yeah,
That's-
pretty much hang with Rolfur most of the time until it disperses for the night, and then take my broom up to my balcony and just turn for the night. Then.
At some point, the king
Answer.
will sort of beckon you over.
All right.
I've granted you a pardon.
And that's why I'm here. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the kingliness.
Yeah.
I do intend to do well for the nation here. I know you were never fond of the way I ran things when I had smaller access.
We'll see how
In
you
fact,
rule.
I would even go far as to say there are a few of those things I might not be so proud of myself. I do think I will do well now.
Good to see you've matured.
Given what I've heard from Nim, you're certainly welcome to kind of, signs the bottom of a sheet that's kind of already been pre-written. There's an address here for the city's care ward. If there's anything you think they need to do better, you can see if they'll address it or bring it to my attention. If not, here's written decree to give you access to look around and make adjustments as needed. You certainly have your worth as well. And I think we've both found ourselves returning from the dead better than we were before.
He saw the light
Yeah.
or the river.
He's making it really hard for me to start this war, honestly.
There won't be a war. You're just gonna take over.
What? Oh, no. I wouldn't do that. That's taking away from my children. My son's gonna take over.
Right.
Yeah,
Same thing.
have a good time with him. What kind of check would that be? Just having a general good conversation with him?
Nothing necessarily needed here. As long as you're not trying to egg anything on or get any, to move things your way, you're both attempting for pleasant conversation, and so you're both able to have that without a roll.
Yeah, okay. And then he gave me all access to what? The care ward?
Yeah, basically the local hospital. He's basically giving you access to poke your head around and tell them what that he is giving you permission to make sure things we're going in proper order. So.
I mean,
So basically
yeah,
you're-
we're not doing that.
Yeah. So he's like. Yeah.
Off and away, ride a broom.
Yeah. Oh, you head right off to do it.
I'll make a little bit more, but then.
Yeah. It's the kind of thing, like, if you wanted to do on a future day, you could, but if you want to head there right away, that is up to you.
Hey, for the night shift, or when I'm doing nothing important, yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So you head off to that. Billy, you're, I'm sure, bringing out various batches.
Yeah, and it's like I'm trying to stuff, but what I really need to get to is I need to do something similar to what I did with the one folk when we were out in the desert dealing with the tribal people. Is that I need to make my own greenhouse so I can start creating my own plants for harvesting brand new ingredients.
Well, I'm not sure if you've looked into it much, but once you get around to having the ability to enhance your demiplane, there's definitely options for making it more of a natural environment where things will grow instead of the wooden or stone building, so that might be a good...
Oh, I've already got the first level of that.
Have you already?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess I could do that. Be able to pop into my demiplane and start planting new types of plants that I imagine.
Yeah, that would be the most direct.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to think of like a corkscrew tree that creates like, I'll call it like the lunar fruit tree, and have it create pods of beans that I can then use as an ingredient.
But working on that. Rolfur, are you continuing to get to know the people and?
What, these people?
Yeah.
No, I've already got arrangements to talk with people once they get their affairs in order, so I can get their list of their families.
Are you working on anything this evening, or do you retire early and talk to souls in your room, or what are you working on?
Well, it's not super late, right? It's just kind of like evening.
Yeah, at the point where I'm picking up with you, yeah, the sun is about to set for your timeline.
Then yeah, I figure everyone's about wrapping up. So I go ahead and use our bond to speak to group-wide about my plan of what I'm going to get started once I'm ready.
Question about the definition of group-wide.
Group-wide.
Does that include Zach?
Unless he's specifically talking to one of you each at a time, Zacharias is in on the group conversations. Unless at some point
okay.
Billy wants to recast it.
This is funnier.
Yeah, no. You're just letting this NPC in. To be fair, also, it is because of doing that this NPC, one of the stout atheists that you came across, eventually was like, you know what? No, I believe you. After all, no.
I
Whereas
believe you.
the other atheist that you came across, I think got eaten by sharks.
Yeah, he was murdered. He was murdered.
I mean,
For the
could've been
crime of
anyone.
thinking different, he was murdered.
I don't know if you think that's actually going to hurt the old man's feelings, because it's not.
I mean, he was also the leader of a crime family, so...
Yeah, that's not the reason that he doesn't care. It's because the old man's from a persecuted people. He doesn't see much problem in damaging those who don't agree with him, because that's what was done to him and his.
One good atrocity deserves another. But yes, reveal to the group that I'm planning to do a big filter and go into the river, get up all the souls. So I will need hard text copies of what religious works you want to be available to souls to peruse to decide if they want to worship you or not.
think
because that's what they're going to get. They're going to get I'm going to have, with the assistance of Terry, I'm going to build a shrine in my divine realm that will house the teachings of each of the gods, and they will filter through and be told to choose which afterlife, which god to follow.
it's like you should already have a copy of my book.
Yes.
So
And I have the equivalent of a magazine size of information for most of the group. Like, the group not being like us, but like all of the gods that have signed the contract.
Well, if you want to be more specific, because this is going to be for the dead, why they should follow you in your afterlife. What are you going to give them in their afterlife?
So should we
Well,
just
I
give
will-
a persuasion rule into a book?
I don't know. I'm just telling you that's what I'm going to do. And
well, sure. I can write down some more specifics about the afterlife, since that wouldn't be written down.
but also, since we're going to be having the assistance of our esteemed Jade Emperor to build us this shrine for everyone, we will, obviously, if you don't have figured out symbology or whatever, you might want to do that now.
I'll come into your realm and work on my own.
That's fine. It's going to be a building.
Okay.
You don't get your own building. Everyone gets one alcove in the same building.
How many alcoves will your building have?
Who's asking?
The
Nobody?
Game Master.
Then I don't talk about it.
The Game Master is asking.
Potentially. Possibly less. I'm reserving the judgment until I get everyone's accompanied texts so I can audit them and decide who gets included.
You said 8?
Isn't that how many we got? Or what are we up to? 12?
I think there's 16 total, isn't there?
12.
Or 14 total?
There's 12
14, I guess.
based on, there were 12 of you that were in that room up in the sky when it was just like the loop room with the robot. If you go by the number of domains based on the information you have now found of the old divines, there are 14.
Who are we missing?
Twilight and Peace.
Oh. Bugger them, I guess.
We haven't met them.
Travel.
Just a quick aside on my own. Is the god of Twilight and Peace dead?
No.
Yeah. When I asked about the other gods, they weren't dead either, right? Yeah, they weren't dead either.
Well, the answer's the same. But I guess for my meaning, do you ask, is the god of Twilight and Peace dead, or do you ask, is Taliesin dead, who was the old god of Twilight and Peace?
Oh, if I know the name, then yeah, I use the old god's name.
Yeah, no. The same answer as the other ones, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not dead. I
That
know
was an
that.
awful big lead up to also no.
Oh.
Can't see nothing, Captain. Otherwise, yeah, that's it.
Just
And
pull
then
the
I make
great
a one,
ostrich maneuver. Well, I can't see you, so clearly you can't see me.
after I give that, I just make a one-to-one to Terry and ask him that when he'll, it's not like a rush job, but it'll take me a while to get through the river. But that is the plan, is to eventually build us a little pavilion shrine with an alcove for each of the gods and a place to hold your religious texts.
I
So
want
I'm
a-
sifting through ash and picking up gold.
So that
Just
they
like,
can,
sounds
so
good.
that they can choose their afterlife after they filter through mine.
Yeah, you're
We'll make
going
good
there a
day of
little
it.
later than this. You're going after
Yeah, we'll-
dark.
We'll schedule a day and make a day of it.
So if I'm waiting, can I start working on my
No.
thing?
Quite specifically, you're probably talking right now. While he's doing this, you are talking to
Okay.
your replacement. Yeah.
Okay, cool,
Yep,
cool.
yep.
Never mind.
You-
We're good.
We pushed you further. You're.
Yeah. Because we still only get the question once a day, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Can't ask the question a whole bunch of times.
Nope.
I think the most important thing is the king having fun?
Absolutely not. Or yeah, the new king probably.
Yeah.
No.
The old king's having a bad time.
No.
Too bad. Oh well, his
Not right
problem.
now.
He's on the river of suck.
But no, if you look at it, no, right now the king is just, he's working. It's really hard. It's just a point where he is going from the get everything moving in order, because it's basically the kingdom is a clockwork, and he has all these people of power that are involved, and he's just making sure that after the watch was hit with a hammer, that it still works perfectly, and until he's sure that everything is in fact rotating fine, it's not fun. Right now is a very stressful time where he is hosting this party, and just yeah, no, it's not a fun party for him. It's a business party for him.
Too bad.
What you doing there? Terry. What's Terry up to?
Terry on with Terry.
Terry is getting things crafted. He's making magic items. He uses all of his luck points and most of his points for his apron to do so. And then he starts manually making magic items, in which he probably has time for maybe 2.
Okay. Let's go over to Billy. As at some point, a somewhat tipsy Nim approaches. So you're handing things out. I'm not a huge sweet tooth. Do you have anything that you might tempt me with?
What's your flavor? You want something sour?
I could do with that, certainly.
Sure. Let me just take one moment. Something sour and death for Nim. Yes. And he's like, here, I can, I go ahead and create a based off a type of fruit that I came across in my traverses through the island jungles. I've managed to create a more crystallized form of it. And it's just like, here you go, try this tongue sticker sour.
Otherwise, they will just engage, and you kind of get a feel almost like they are trying forcefully to engage in niceties, to be pleasant. Sort of in a form of an alliance kind of thing. They're just putting themselves in that position.
And it's like, I'm an odd person to go to for any of that. And,
Not at all.
it's like, as far as I see it, Nim, the person that you'll probably end up having to deal with the most is Jourdain. Or, what's his face?
Like the order guy?
Yeah, the order guy.
He's not here.
No. And so, what would you like to discuss?
Simply being able to be pleasant. We didn't have much time to start with. There's no reason to be antagonistic.
Okay. So,
Yeah. They're not really trying necessarily to get anything. They're just taking the opportunity. You're here. You're being particularly social around this. None of the others are.
alright.
So you are the other.
So
Basically, it's between you and Alice is the creepier one to get too chummy with.
So, Nim, go ahead and, given that you've mostly kind of dropped off the radar after we got out of the plane with the creature who split the orbs, what is your story after that, and how did you end up here?
Well, I came out with the other group.
Yeah.
Zerdane, Sora, Jack, Yodel, Nim. Jack, Yodel.
So you're around Nexus when you came out?
Yes. So we traveled on from there. It was kind of immediately evident that it was most likely, at least seeming to us, best to split up if I were to gain numbers, not to step on each other's toes. I know Jack went his separate way, and I think started talking about going out to the islands.
What's your read of him?
I wasn't around him long. He had charisma. He could get people to follow him, but I'm not sure if he was quite bright enough to know that that's what he needed really to be doing. So he has that working against him.
Alright.
Seemed that probably had spent a fair bit of time on the sea, and he just desired to be back to it.
So he left pretty early, it seems.
Oh yeah.
And so what did you get up to? You remained with the other members of that group for a little longer, I know.
For a week or so, but enough that we were able to work together to barter each other some proper clothing. Enough to get by. No, it wasn't the chummiest group to be along, but well, I have some moods. Been through a lot myself, but
Yeah, from the rumors that we heard, you were forming some sort of murder cult or group of assassins or something. I don't know exactly how you ended up out here.
well, there are definitely, and I have here in the city as well. I have groups that take care of problems, and I mean, you travel with that old man. You do know he does the same.
Oh, I don't know. Ask the old man about his business. I figure whatever he does, it's good enough.
Ignorance is bliss.
Oh.
Good enough that he keeps it to himself.
He's just me with a few less injuries, really. Bit of a darling, though, but equally deranged.
Oh, but he's so fun-loving.
Oh. He seems to find fun in some of the same things I do.
I do not doubt it.
Now, small sects of followers that are certainly a little on the darker side. But I don't think that that's really a problem.
So
I'm sure your, imagination, creativity, and magic.
yeah.
I do want you to really ask yourself, if you search through your followers, are you certain that none of the people you're encouraging or imbuing with any power are not possibly using any of that for any foul means?
Oh,
Not that I've ever met any mages, but
Oh, not. I have no kind of delusions about any of that. Imagination is for evil as well as good.
I don't know.
But I still try to, as far as a general path, tell people to stick to their honesty, not be gluttonous or greedy. And it's like, but you could still be a malicious person and adhere to that.
And death has its means. I do not aim for chaos.
So you like targeted exterminations.
Certainly, times where people need to die, yes.
And it's like,
And where possible, I'd like the to be deceased to accept it. My followers do not just cause death, but embrace death. Through death, it separates the soul and the body. That the soul may go on elsewhere, the body may still find a use, whether for, as the king earlier, giving back nutrients to the ground, whether for food, for more animated purposes. However it may be, the body can still be of proper use, moving beyond the soul's removal from it.
so you're
Embracing that, in fact.
So you're essentially have a advocacy for necromantic purposes.
For purposes, yes. Not for the sake of chaotically leaving wandering mindless beings about by any means. I mean, from some of what I heard, you have imported tribal laborers?
Imported?
Yes. It is
Oh.
only
that's-
light information I have of how you ran your facility.
No. So those were people who willingly migrated in order to have a different life than what they had where they were.
But really, it's sort of a manufactured workforce that could equally be replicated with those who have passed. That they can benefit the lives of those who still live on, instead of locking somebody in a box underneath the ground does nothing to give back other than keep any bit of one's body that might have been possibly useful separated from the rest of the earth, that it may have no use. Really, to be let out to be eaten by vultures is better than that.
So, when you talk about the separation of the body and soul,
Yes. I presume you've
do you mean
an
that
afterlife to be able to discuss with your own.
And it's like, yeah, it's like there's an afterlife for my followers. Are you saying no such link? So, what's your opinion on a lich?
I'm quite strongly against that kind of abuse of magic. If your doctrine does not surround it, I wouldn't necessarily put anything against you, but it's definitely in defilement of the order of achieving death.
They certainly would be the ones that would deny you. But, so, you're talking about putting the body to use, but it not having the soul. Is it? Do vampires still have their souls in their body? I guess so.
Yes, they would be equally troublesome.
So you're talking about simply the animated bodies and not with any sort of intelligence to them?
Yes, no, And I mean, there's part of me that, of course, doesn't blame some of those that have sought those means before, given what we've both experienced
Well, yeah.
more than once myself with the river. So, if seeking to escape such torment, you can almost understand why someone would seek such unnatural means.
Yeah,
But
that's-
with new destinations.
So, after you get to that point, what kind of afterlife are you going to give your followers?
It's simple at this point. I've had it for some time. No, she has it. I think everyone at this point has their.
No,
Yeah.
their demi-plane.
No, the comment of the point where she didn't have it was before that month wait that you guys had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No. No, after that extra month, everyone has gotten to the point where they had it.
Okay. So Nim wants to make use of dead bodies after the soul has been separated from them.
Through some of your continued conversation with them, you kind of get the feeling that even a little bit of the pomp and circumstance of the funeral that they helped lead today is not something that they like so much as something that they accept within the grander sort of traditions of the nation that they're in. Sort of almost like that some of their, some of the speech that they gave about returning, bias to nature and such, of returning the things, that some of that is almost things that they're inserting into these kings have done it, for the exact opposite mindset for years past, but that they're trying to just sort of tweak the mindset, and maybe they're enacting the same rituals, but trying to change people's mindset about what those rituals are for, and therefore what the end means ought to be from them. But yeah, you can kind of get some of that feeling. Unless do you have anything further you wanted to add, or?
Well, I just asked Nim kind of, so what's the ends, just so that you can, do you want to improve society by just having people be more utilitarian about their corpses?
I mean, it certainly would be beneficial. And I suppose if you mean what's the ends, well, the ends is the day that we reach for. The whole planet will die eventually. It'll all come to a stop. And it will be peaceful.
So peaceful.
And it's like, so one of those people philosophically.
Unless you had anything further, we can go look at the old man as you sneak your way around this bay.
Pass without trace.
Yeah. So, you sneak and you kind of look up there, and there are a couple people walking up towards the grave, and there are two seeming guards still holding torches, sort of flanking either end. The people that you see sort of ahead walking up towards it seem to be probably dropping something, trinket or what otherwise, in as offering for the grave, because it's, just the evening of the funeral, and at this point, even some of the common folk who maybe had particular cares for the king are able to go make their available offerings.
I got a 60 on my sneak check with a natural 20. Did I do good?
You don't get to play 5th edition anymore.
What? What did I do recently?
DC 5, very easy.
Fifth edition
DC
is all
10,
bonus.
easy. DC 15, moderate. DC 20, hard. DC 25, very hard. DC 30, nearly impossible. And that's where my chart ends.
Oh, well, I doubled that last one.
Well, there is nothing higher. It's just nearly impossible. You get no bonuses for overgoing.
Hey, Vic, not every party needs a pooper.
But that's why you invited me.
So you sneak up,
Digging it.
sort of behind these people that are walking up to leave. What you see is sort of a bundle of flowers that they're passing between the grave, and sort of as the gods are like keeping an eye and watching them, you hide behind their backs from the guards.
You are the flowers.
And sort of as they,
Damn,
and they happen to just turn away from each other as they're turning around to leave after parting the flowers, and you just sort of sneak in between the two of them as they're there, and they're still blocking you from the eyes of the guards, and just sort of set back against the wall enough to sneak up on top of the pit that this sort of hole was cut through, and you just drop yourself as an offering in as the guards are saying goodbye to the people that came to give their offering.
I'm just like, jump.
And so you take 7 points of damage. This is a significant fall.
Can I acrobatics?
It's
For
7
reduction?
points, Bob. Shut up.
Hey, I didn't ask you.
And the answer is no.
It's 7 points, Bob. Shut up.
Man. I guess I'll cast heal on myself. So I go up 70 points of health.
Anyways, otherwise you
No,
find yourself.
I don't. For the record, I don't actually cast heal on myself.
Otherwise, yeah, you find yourself. You can feel sort of right now a lot of fresh flowers is what's immediately below you, but definitely harder things in between them. It's completely dark. Definitely a layer of dust amongst the air. You ever see that Wonder commercial? Don't breathe this.
Oh, I'll be fine.
King dust.
Dust of forgetfulness. Why am I here?
Do you? What is your ability as far as seeing? Because it is just dark. There is no light.
I
Pulls out a torch.
I have 10-foot blind sense.
Okay.
And it's entirely possible I did not write down that if I have dark vision, so I'm going to search for my race real quick.
Doubt it.
And
I
Yeah.
strongly doubt it. I feel like your race got nothing but the fancy thing they got.
the
Oh yeah, you got some
Change it.
proficiencies and that. Yeah, but yeah, no.
yeah. I don't have dark vision.
Yeah. So you can only see 10. So the room, I mean, you're by one wall of the room, but otherwise it goes out further than what you can see. But
Well-
you can.
I can just use a torch.
Would you like to?
Would you like to announce your position to all that are looking?
It's super high up, he said.
Yeah, I mean, it would still cause
Well, so
light
North.
coming out of a lightless hole. Because it is dark up there, so any light, I mean, it is just an open hole right now. The lid has not, been pushed aside because people are still going and putting in offerings.
Yeah, I'll guess I'll search around with my blind sense.
Okay.
Because, I mean, 10-foot blind sense is better than turning into an animal.
Yeah. And what do you collect things in?
I have a portable hole.
Okay. So you go put that, I guess, on one of the walls. And you do notice as you're putting up there that it's kind of a textured wall. You sort of see it's like carved with effigies, probably of like you can tell like this is a room that was carved under here to house things. That absolutely none of the dead kings that are actually poured in here are getting themselves back to nature. It is definitely containing them here within. Because it's all stone. But yeah, you're able just to filter through things, some level of coins through. Most of the, right below you is a lot of live flowers. And you're kind of also at the top of a mound that kind of goes down from there. How much time are you wanting to spend on this?
I mean, I've got like 4 or 5 hours.
5 hours? Okay.
And, I mean, I have, pretty sure I still have the rake. Yeah, I have a Zen garden rake.
Yeah, once you get past the flowers that are whole here at the top, or toss them out of the way, that's a lot better for what is mounds of mostly is any flowers or whatever that had been put down here, both like from previous kings and such, have dried and decayed to be broken up and are raked right through. So it is only this fresh stuff right at top that does anything else. All of the gems and metal from below are obviously still in good condition.
With my Zen garden rake. What? Sometimes I just run off with things.
Yeah, that happens. Investigation, I guess?
I mean, yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be perception,
No.
because I can barely freaking see.
Yeah, so investigation as you're feeling around for stuff.
26.
26. Okay. You said you're spending 5 hours?
Yeah.
Okay. So as far as a combination of actual coin or easy to convert, like just gemstones or simple like rings that are just things that are metal or stone that are really easy to convert into money. So I'm just going to give it as a dollar value. You get 13,000 gold worth.
Okay.
From your grave robbing.
Okay. 14,000 gold. Or 13,000. I have 14,000.
Yep.
So 13,000, yeah. Like I said, I was running low on money.
So, in addition, the total was 26.
Rob the grave, take all the valuables, put it in the Bundo family household.
You find. Make a luck check for me.
I don't like those.
Too bad. Terry's counting.
Natural 1.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. I don't find dick.
You find one magic item. You find a sensor of controlling air elementals.
Hooray!
Now, your first check meant you found magic items. Your luck check was how many?
Sensor of controlling air elementals? Is that a standard magic item that I would find in the magic item cards?
I would imagine so.
Excellent.
Guess what it does?
It allows me to control air elementals?
Probably.
And farts.
Well, that's...
Well, those are just really, really tiny air elementals. That's
Where do
why
you think
they're...
your elementals come from?
Yeah.
With worse stats.
I'm disturbed.
So then the question is, how do you get out?
Stone of controlling earth elementals. I guess... It's a wand. I will, I'll look for it later. I will... turn into a...
Oh, okay. You're gonna try and... Okay. I just...
Yeah. I can polymorph into a bat.
Okay. I figured you would
And
just
do-
leave into your other...
Oh yeah, I've got a meeting in the morning. What am I thinking? I just go through the door. I totally forgot I had a meeting in the morning. Thank you. Yeah, I go through the door to the tavern. The best part is, because it passes without a trace, I have no dust on me.
Okay, otherwise I was about to offer to draw you a bath.
Yeah, no, I appear to be very clean.
Does it keep you from being dirty, or does it keep you from leaving footprints?
I believe it's anything. I cannot. You know, I'm not sure. I think that's a you question.
Because it wasn't
it-
just on the ground. There was enough, like, because of all the stuff that's
It's-
been drowned up. There's just king dust all in the air.
Masking from dissection for the duration each creature. Can't be tracked except by magical means. Creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage.
I would also like to point out, you still managed to leave down tracks and traces. There are rake marks in that. You did that on purpose.
Okay, that's fair.
In fact, they're perfect rake marks with no footprints on top of them.
Yes, I am the best Zen gardener. Wait, let's see how good of a Zen gardener I am. I rolled a 3, so that's a 8.
And so...
I am not proficient when Zen gardening, so it wasn't very good.
Nope.
Damn flower pieces kept screwing it up.
Yeah.
That's my excuse.
Mm-hmm.
The sun was in my eye, the flower bits screwed it up, you know, the standards.
The sun?
So dust came off like a dirt duck's back.
Yeah, but you still have dust on you from the air. So yeah, they will draw you a bath.
That's fine. I am not upset about bats. That's a brazier. That's a brooch. That's a broom.
Sensor. C.
Yeah, Sensor of controlling air elementals. It's a little swingy thing like they do at Catholic churches. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a sensor.
I'm kind of perturbed that I had this chance to find all these really nifty magical items, and of course, that's when the dice is like, no, you've had your fun for the day.
Wish I could
One
roll
for you.
you.
Hey, at least I didn't get any minuses. Could have been a 0.
Yeah. So you do that for your mini morning. Anything else? Anyone doing?
Well, I've got them here with me.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nim, do we have free reign to proselytize our religion in this area?
Probably not so much at the party, but amongst the city, of course. Assuming I have reign to send people to other cities.
Alright.
And I'm thinking, at least from some of what I've heard so far, there's no real sense of this being from at least some of what I've heard from a follower or two, I have in Nexon, I believe you have a large cathedral there with all of you working together.
Yeah, that's
Seems to be working.
where the school is.
Well, forgive me if I'm being humble, but it works better.
Oh, so you like that?
The biggest obstacle that I've come to for any single individual is convincing them that there even are gods. Correct? And so it seems that in general, your group tactics seem to at least overcome that a fair bit better.
I remember there being hesitancy in the beginning, but for the most part, it's just about getting the word out now. We've got momentum on our side.
And large spectacles. I believe you were flying around one of mine yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Definitely helps.
Yeah, say I do enjoy entertaining.
So Stan, you went to go meet with a night shift.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, you find yourself at sort of right. It's like right near the docks. You can kind of tell, almost like it's not uncommon for someone to probably be brought in. That something happened while out. Seaward. So it's like right there, and it's just sort of that complete like whitewashed building. Sort of an outer wall, like a thick kind of courtyard wall, and sort of an inner area around that seems to have a lot of plants and stuff growing. Do you have knowledge nature trained? Nature trained?
No.
No? Yeah, so lots of
I do
plants
know
sort of growing on this
there.
inner courtyard, and then sort of another whitewashed building inside there, looking to be about 2 floors. Simple, like, rectangle construction. Shuttered, not glassed windows along it. Otherwise, the front door slightly ajar.
Oh, that's never a bad sign. I'll go through the front door.
Mm-hmm.
Is there someone at reception, or?
Okay, yeah, you push your way in. It opens immediately into a room with a few occupied, but mostly empty beds in this sort of central entry room that has large open windows on the far end, kind of creating a bit of a breeze through this passage. A few people kind of walking around between between beds, and someone will notice, and they kind of approach you. How are you doing this evening?
Doing good. All things here.
I just love that. The nurse comes up. How are you doing? Doing good.
Oh, everything's just great. That's
Better now that you're here.
Oh, good lord.
Maybe
Oh,
Terry's not the only one getting some.
Flirt hard.
Yeah, I fill in on the thing the king gave me. Rolfur.
Oh. Certainly. We have a main hall here. We have further private rooms on the outer lining of both walls. Alchemy and medicines and such handled on the upper floors. And you can kind of see like the outer sides where a wall goes up. Like clearly, there's like a hallway that goes around on the bottom floor outside of this center room. And while the main room is full height, it's clearly a lot narrower than it was on the outside. So the upstairs probably has rooms and such on the upper floor as well. I guess from this, you can ask what you want, or just poke around.
Yeah, I'll just poke around and
She
so I
kinda
just wanted
hands
to
it
hold
back.
in. Oh, yeah. Like that.
I'll let those in the room know, but you may need that if you're going into.
I don't think I need to enter the room. It's just mass cure wounds. Just start walking
Okay. Yeah. So you just do your
through the halls.
Yeah.
30-foot radius though should hit most things.
Yep. So yeah,
Yeah, do that through the hospital.
easy enough for you. Anything else particular? Or are you
Like I said,
investigating?
that was going to be my next shift. Just
Yep.
wander about. Do I run across anything interesting or intriguing in the hospital, or?
I mean, there are a fair number. It's in some of the lower floor rooms that people are more particularly injured. Most of the people in this center room have less invasive things, from minor degrees of poisoning to simple kind of cuts and that kind of thing.
Poisoning.
I mean, anything that less respiration doesn't cover. I pretty much do all my less respirations, cure all those people. I guess there's like any graders I run across, I use 2 of those.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to clear out most of what's here in the night.
And then I leave.
Yep.
What is it? 100 platinum for the hospital as a donation.
Okay. Do you talk to them or anything about what any of them do, or you just solve the problems and go?
Yep.
Okay. You're like, I'm not involved in really, because almost you can kind of get a feel. The king was sort of you make sure they're doing things right. You're just like, solve problems. Here's
You're
making
not
sure you're
preaching?
funded to do things right.
You're like, I'm not admin.
Yeah.
You're not
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're not preaching for
I fix the
yourself.
problems. What?
You're not advocating for your worship of yourself.
I mean, I do that along the way. Like,
Okay.
also the ties, like, brought to you by the God of Life. Hey.
Brought to you by the God of Life. This healing is supported by the God of Life and the letter G.
G
For good
for
old feeling.
good guy.
For goodness gracious.
And
Goodness
standing in the
gracious.
same tune the whole time, too.
Me.
Yeah, that's my night.
Anyone else this evening?
I do ask Rolfur to come hit me up before the night, so that I can give him one of my elixirs.
Yeah, before I head out, I'm going to go ahead and give people an update on my conversation with Nim, so that they have a bit of a idea of what we talked about and what to expect from them. Including that we're free to proselytize around the city, and that Nim thinks that everyone should die so everything can be peaceful.
I really wish I had that conversation instead of you. That would have been real fun. Everyone dies. No, they don't.
No.
So that it'll be peaceful.
As in, it was based in the conversation. It was where does it end? Like, to what end? And that's where it ends. It doesn't end until everything has died. It was technically their point.
Yeah. And
Once everything is dead, there's no new things coming to life. It's all been done, and that's...
So Nim's got an apocalyptic view of things.
Yeah.
Well then, that's on them. So, make sure that Rolfur has his full time frame that he can do stuff. I done a bunch of things. Let's see.
I'm just thinking with that.
Oh, can I get everybody together for a permanent longstrider?
Yeah.
I am out of the city.
Okay.
All right. So, how many people gets together today? for a permanent lock strider.
I'd love to, but I am not in the city.
So,
I'm in my city already at this point, right, Adam?
Yes.
Well, I mean,
I
you're
can-
part of the telepathic offer, so
Yeah, that's what I say, is that I am in next.
you can't.
I can't teleport.
How'd you get there?
It's one way. This is where my temple is. Same way you get home.
Okay, well, anyway, we'll save it for tomorrow then. Let's make sure that everybody's together tomorrow night or tomorrow at some point, and we'll do a permanent lock strider on everybody. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Good.
that's fine.
In that case, another agent.
Oh, yeah, if we're going to bed, then I'll go and find where Rolfur is.
Well, it'd be pretty hard to find me, considering I'm not in places that people exist.
Where are you presently?
River.
I'm in the river.
Okay. What are you doing in the river?
I'm recruiting souls into my worship. I'm going for speed. I'll sort out their post-processing after we get through in-processing. So the goal is just to yoink souls out the river, tell them that I'm the god of the grave, and that if they wish their torment to end, worship me. And I throw them back in the river. The god of the grave, the god of
Wait, are you
Yeah, like-
pulling them out of the river, or are you visiting them in the river?
either or, so I can talk to one individual at a time. Unless I can holler at the whole river at once.
Is this a catch and release kind of thing you're doing, or dunk your head in the river and just scream?
Do you have, like, the planar travel to get into the river, and you just got the ability to be able to talk to them? Did you kill yourself to get into the river, and you have the ability to talk to them there?
Yes, I did mention on camera. Yes, because we talked about the divine ability was my ability to go to the river without being stuck in it myself.
Okay, which, I mean, technically, that would have just been, like, any sort of planar travel. It was more the talking with them while there that was the I believe, the gap that your ability filled.
Okay.
Was basically the communicating with the souls that are unable to have any communication kind of thing. So you would need someone to either planar travel you, or
Kill you.
gate you,
Or just die.
or die.
Or just die.
Yeah.
Just die.
What'd you do? I just killed myself.
I mean, I could help you out.
To which case, the way out of there would be to go back to your own divine realm.
Yeah.
We're getting a
I
little resurrection.
I have like an estate room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just leave my door open there, and then I go into my realm, and I kill myself so I can get into the river, and I start recruiting souls on the quick.
All right.
Do you have to talk to him individually, or can you do the whole spiel?
Do you?
Well, that's a question. I have a power. Can I now just shout out at the entirety of the river?
I mean, you can't shout that loud, but
Oh, yeah. I've got thaumaturgy. How loud can I shout?
it's not one person at a time.
Yeah.
What do you have? I mean, do you have things laid out? Do you have, at this point, like a table and your pamphlet to start with?
No. My realm is just a peaceful, grassy, meadow.
Okay. So you
There's
have
nothing in there right
nothing
now.
to give any followers to anyone else. You're just stockpiling them yourself right now.
Yes.
Okay.
I do not have that set up yet.
But you could give the whole spiel there and reach the same number of people with the whole spiel. You wouldn't be one at a timing it. So you could just be like,
Yeah, because
I'll deal with it later, or B, go do
Yeah.
the whole spiel.
You are, like, I guess thaumaturgy yelling at a group now. Do you... With that knowledge, do you give the spiel of all, or...
Do you become the strongest of us all?
I kind of...
The biggest thing about him becoming strongest of you all is the fact that I might then have to figure out the going down rank option if he does actually make his pavilion to let them go away later.
So Vic, how mean do you want to be to Adam? Real question.
Change my mind and be like, no.
You could just also be that. You could just recruit the rest of the river.
Let's just get to the point. It's like, you know what? I don't trust you. The rest of you guys, you're just not doing enough work. You're too focused on the mortal realms. So I'll handle this. For now, yeah, we're just gonna bring them all into my fold.
Okay.
For now, yeah. I am the god of grave. I am the god of remembrance. He who stands between the Lord of Twilight. I see your suffering and I grant you succor. Follow me and be lifted from your suffering.
I believe...
Because I'm a god, I deserve pretentious names.
So you got there with killing yourself, right?
Yep.
That involves a
Knife.
luck save, right? For when you recorporate back in your realm.
Yeah, recorporation's luck saving throw determines how many days it takes.
Yeah.
See, David, you're just not killing yourself enough.
I tried that. Never got mad at me.
Oh,
Not right.
goose egg.
0.
I have a -1 to luck.
I think that's 20 days until you go back. I think you are out 20 days.
No, he's not.
Until Stan gets there.
Yep.
But his
Stand
body's
to heal.
his body's inside of his own realm.
Yeah, did you die
the
in your
doors
realm or
open?
in your stateroom?
Well, I left the door open in my stateroom.
So as long as
Yeah, I was
housekeeping
in my-
didn't
I was
open
in my
by
realm
shut
when I
it.
did it.
Okay. You know your door shuts after, I think it's an hour.
Oh,
I
does
thought
it?
it was like.
It's
I thought it
demi-plane.
was like. I thought it was like. Oh, it is an hour. Okay. So.
I thought we all keep them open.
No,
No,
you can
that's
have a
why
permanent one
I-
in your stronghold.
When. Okay, so when. So I and Eric buddied up that one night to make sure that we didn't. Neither of us passed the hour.
But
Was it
Yeah.
Ryan?
Yeah, it was me.
Okay, so you and I
Billy and Terry.
buddied up that one time to make sure that we would like not miss the hour marker for those doors.
Right.
So the question I have then is, does Rolfur was Rolfur aware that we did that? Thus, would he get a wisdom save?
Yeah, because I think you asked the whole group who wants to help me with it.
Yeah. So should Rolfur then get a wisdom save, maybe?
I
To
have
try-
perfect memory.
to try to like see if that memory that he has absolute recognition
I
of
don't know. Dude,
might save him from the whole knowing his door's only open for an hour issue.
No, I'm just reminding him of this fact, and so he would get to choose if that's actually what he did or not. He doesn't need to save.
Okay, cool.
He has this perfect memory. Austin
Cool.
didn't remember. His character does. He gets to decide what his character does.
Awesome.
Then I just leave a note. Well, shoot, why am I bothering? I can just talk to people. I just tell Stan that I gotta go do business in the river. I'm gonna drop a body inside my stateroom. Just, deal with that when you get to it.
I'll say that you have one of the ones that
okay.
that has a balcony, so it's easy for him just to go from his balcony to yours.
Just there you go, Stan. I'm gonna go to work.
Yeah, because if not, I am looking for Rolfur.
Well, I'm dead.
Found him. He's dead. Over the stick.
Oh, so yeah, if I ask the communication link and about Rolfur's location, I get a message from Stan saying that he's
Yeah, I'm
dead.
pretty sure I don't have plane
Yeah.
shift. I do not have plane shift.
I do.
Or Stan might just tell you he's in his stateroom.
Yeah. But that's where I did.
He's
I
sleeping in his stateroom.
You know,
Heavily sleeping.
disrobe, leave a note, do not disturb. And I put it on like a, I don't know, I guess there's probably like a washroom somewhere, right?
Yeah,
So I keep it all in a tub so it doesn't make a mess.
Okay.
Oh, Adam?
Yeah.
I did some math,
Okay.
and professional gilding allows something to be covered in gold. And I figured out conversions from the size. Long story short, 1 gold coin can cover 40 square feet in gold leaf.
Yeah, really tiny.
So the question I have for you is, can Terry do professional gold leafing? Gilding.
You, in practice, get about half of that, unless it's
Okay.
like a flat surface.
Oh.
Because as you're going around things, obviously, like, some of it is not necessarily recovered as part of the leafing process, but otherwise, sure, why not? Sounds an awful lot like making things, and that's kind of what you do.
Yep. So one of the things that I did today was I made myself my own portable hole.
Okay.
It is gilded now.
So the
Okay.
portable Trump Tower. The entire room is gold.
Yep, the entire 10-foot, every wall is coated in gold.
Gold box.
There's also various like hands that are reaching out of the walls and various places so that they can hold things. Instead of shelves, there's various hands.
Helping
That's
hands, huh?
creepy as heck. That is creepy as heck.
Yeah,
so
you
pure
think?
nightmare fuel. Hey, okay, I know where to resurrect Austin at now.
In the
With the baby hands.
Yeah, the baby hand gold.
the, each of the hands are artistically gilded in not just gold but also things like platinum for the different details and nails and things like that.
That's so
super
gross.
realistic hands sticking out of the
Yes.
walls now. Cool.
Yeah,
And each one is holding a tool
Pure nightmare fuel.
That's so creepy.
or various
That's-
various ropes to like the ones on the ceiling
Jesus
are like
Christ.
holding like ropes that go down with like hooks to hang things on.
That honestly, this is the most terrifying thing I've ever heard in my life.
I don't know. Have you ever considered irradiating Fort Knox?
No, Ryan, this might shock you, but no, I've never considered it.
I don't
No.
get the
But
reference.
imagine how much more valuable your gold would be.
Yeah.
I'm missing a reference here.
It's the plot of
It's a
Goldfinger.
Ryan.
Goldfinger.
Yeah, it's the plot of Goldfinger.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just love
Oh,
gold.
No, that's
Do you
gold
eat your
member,
own
and that's
skin?
the bad one. This is
Yeah,
Goldfinger.
do you eat your own skin?
And I guess, but like, I don't know how, but like, there's artistic like bits of jade in there too. I don't know how, but it's gotta
Fingernails?
be
The fingernails are jade?
No, I like the platinum being jade. Maybe like any like vein structure might be in jade.
Just
It's
it's
googly
pure
googly.
nightmare fuel. Honestly, this is the most horrifying thing that has ever been developed.
No. And you should watch Goldfinger. It's like, I think, like the third greatest James Bond movie. It's good.
I saw it when I was a kid.
You should see it as an
You
adult,
can
you'll
watch
appreciate it
Gold Member, which is like the
Which is
second best
the
Austin
worst
Powers.
Austin Powers movie.
It's the second best one.
It's, I guess you could go with the third best one of three.
It's the second best one.
No, the first
Because
one
it
is the
loves
second best one.
gold. The first one is the third best one. The second one,
I do at least appreciate we agree that second is the best.
yeah.
The place that we're at.
Yeah.
Can I quarry here? Is the stone of quality?
Worry?
You can, in, like, is it possible? In the immediate vicinity, it probably wouldn't be legal.
Like, are we talking like soil quality, like Missouri, like where everything is clay? Are we talking like Arizona, where everything is like just this nasty sandstone? Are we? What are we looking at?
You need some
Smoky
fucking nightmare
Mountains.
rocks?
Are we? This is a coastal place, isn't it?
Yeah, it's coastal. It's sort
So-
of
Yeah. If it's coastal, it's gonna have like
western
limestone or
coast
other.
of, like, Mexico kind of thing.
Yeah. So it's gonna have decent stone here.
Yeah.
I am going to, with whatever remaining time I have before we next do something, I'm just gonna start fabricating stone into blocks.
Do you go far enough out to hide somewhere? Because again,
Yeah, no, I go like I like go off like let's see, I go out like a mile.
Okay. Start stealing their stone.
Yeah.
What are they gonna do?
Someone sees
And
you. I saw the Jade Emperor. He's taking
He's
apart
out
the
there
mountains.
quarry.
Remember,
He's
I'm
out there
not in
working
awe.
at a quarry.
Yeah. No, it's not the Jade Emperor. There's a fat foreigner in the core, and like digging stone.
Like a
But
jerk.
He's trying to take our land.
Saw one of those Jadish folk.
Yeah.
He's already sent him in to remove our mountains, one block at a time.
Literally trying to take their land.
You know what? And then I'm gonna be moving the stone into my portable hole, because I can't contact Rolfur.
There's only so much you can carry.
It's 10 by 10 by 10, so I mean it's still a lot of stone.
It's a little less than that with those hands protruding.
Yeah, it would be like a 9 by 9 by 9.
With all the creepy hands, yeah.
But I mean, like 81 by 9 is still an awful lot of stone.
Wait, 9 by 9 by 9. Are there hands on the floor too?
Oh no, you're right. There's not hands.
Okay.
But there is on the ceiling.
Yeah, there is on the ceiling.
Well, no,
Yeah, so
because
like,
one
each
side
hand
is
like
going to
5
be
inches. Yeah,
the open.
5 or 6 inches. Yeah. This is my handy hammer hole.
So with Rolfur out of commission,
Yeah.
I'm instead going to go into my demiplane,
Mhm.
and then I'm going to create. I'm going to permanently create myself some lunaberry trees.
Okay.
Okay, so I go pick up Austin. In the meantime, I write up that documentation he wanted to hand to him once he's back.
So you probably have a few hours of gathering masses of people. When he brings you back to life, you find him in a bathtub, just, full of his own blood. Like we're
As you do.
like a couple daggers still inside of
This
him.
is kind of
Some sort of struggle that he's gone through to eat through his own hit points enough to.
Using that
Naked.
dagger?
He's naked too.
Well, he didn't want to ruin his clothes.
Yeah.
There's enough blood, you can't tell if he's naked, completely, or
I get him out of the tub, clean him up, all that jazz. Help him out.
maybe you do find out that he was laying in an overflowing bathtub of red water.
Overflowing?
The
How much
first
blood I got in
and
me?
the last. Maybe you just don't know the song, but okay.
Oh, jeez,
The
how much
first
blood?
and the last time that he ever relaxed.
It seems like sickening radiance would have been the faster way to go.
I mean, I have it available, but...
Anyways, so you're brought back to life. You've had a few hours in the river to. There's plenty of people if you want to let them know about other options now that they're in your.
Well, I'll get to it.
Tonight, or
Well, no, we've still got to build a whole.
well, I mean,
Shrine.
you can just walk in and tell them now if you wanted. Though is the point.
Oh, no.
No, okay.
I've got a plan. I'm going to do the plan. My plan involves a big building.
All right, we got 20 minutes. Next day comes out. Terry, you get your points back. What?
Okay. You get
You
my
don't
points.
want me to do the down ranking.
I don't want to do down ranking. No.
I actually got max points back
Well,
on my
it's
apron today.
not going to happen in this 20 minutes because I still need to get in contact with all the people who aren't us.
You're not. Well, I mean, you have a fair number of them. Also, are you not going to put in the building and put in the ones that you have?
Well, no, it's going to be all at once. That way there's no risk of somebody wandering in when they're not supposed to.
Wait, you need to get into contact with all the people that are not us?
Yeah.
Dream.
That was the plan, yeah, was to
Okay.
try to hit those dreams.
Okay. Well, he brings you back to life, and it's still nighttime.
Can I target... If somebody's awake, can I retarget dream?
I get the feeling they're all going to be asleep.
Can't do elves. Nim was the only elf, right?
Sounds right.
Nim's in the hood, though. We can just go talk to her. Or them.
Yeah. He already got what he needed from them. Orc, Dragonbone, Dwarf,
Yeah.
Turtle.
See, Dream's all the way down on level 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It says that you can either end the spell or wait for them to fall asleep.
Well, that's the point, is if I try somebody and they're not asleep, I can't retarget to someone else. It's for them.
Yeah.
Well, I have drink too, so I can help you out with that.
Well, I've got enough to hit everyone who's not us, because we already got Nim, and I've got 5 spell slots that I can burn on Dream.
I have 2 left.
So that's enough to hit everyone who isn't Nim, and I've already got her papers.
Okay.
So let's try and hit... Is Jack sleeping?
Yes.
That's true. That's all we need to do is get a time squeeze, then you get whatever you want.
Yeah. It's not manipulating the DM at all.
Well, yeah, good to see you, Jack. Haven't seen you in a while.
Offer you a drink?
Sure. Well, this is just Dream Realm stuff, man.
It's potent.
Yeah. So I need you to get because you're the god of storms. I need to know what kind of afterlife you're going to give your people. What your doctrine is. What your faith is based on.
Adventure. Across the land. The wildest, most daring landscapes one could challenge.
Well, he seems like he's not so bright. I help him write some stuff down in our dream space.
Mm-hmm.
I utilize my perfect memory because I can make a copy when I wake back up.
Yeah.
But while we're in the dream space, I have the power of illusion, so I just write down some stuff and get him to approve his doctrines.
Okay. I mean, that's a lot of what it is. You kind of gather that he is growing his afterlife to the point that it would be
Huge.
Huge series of islands, places to explore. Yeah, challenges to overcome, excitement, action.
Yeah, let him in on the plan. This is what we're doing. Expect a bump.
God of nice.
God of the grave, remembrance. The passage between life and death.
Keep those separate. Mm-hmm.
You may have also heard me known as the Lord of Twilight. The Great Bridge Keeper. He who stands between.
I love the idea of you trying to claim Twilight when you know full well there is somewhere a god of Twilight.
I am the Lord of Twilight. Absolutely. I don't know they're a god, therefore it's not a breach of the contract to assume their domain, because I'm not trying to get them to worship me.
You know what? That's it. Shepherd of Shadows.
Anything
Yeah,
else?
once I got a good go there, his basics, then I can exit.
Basically, ancient Hawaiian religion.
Well, just he wants to do adventure.
Yeah, seafaring, islands, all this stuff.
Yeah, it's
Basically, Hawaiian
Neverland.
religion.
No, it's Neverland. It's Neverland.
Well, who else? Because I know we had Jardane, the order guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yordle?
Is
Yeah,
he?
Yordle.
Yeah.
Is he sleeping?
Yeah, is Jardane sleeping?
They're
No, it's
sleeping,
just
yes.
Give him the same thing. I think I've actually mentioned this before, that this was sort of the eventual plan, but now we've got some concrete stuff down.
Hmm.
He seems like the sort of guy who has a book all ready to go.
Yeah, no. he goes over sort of orderly his plans of, this is where we are at this point. We tend to expand as I'm able towards these goals. Sort of the divine pieces for people that just want a place where everything is predictable and orderly, and they don't have to worry about things not going to plan, and that basically that things will finally fall into position and work how they are supposed to.
And that's nice.
It's a perfectly gridded subdivision. Just disgusting, hateful, worst.
Don't you ever feel like a cog in the machine? That's my dream.
It's like, hopefully.
Be the cog. Be the cog.
Yeah.
So I figured that'd be pretty easy for him, because all I have to do is skim through his book, and then I can write it later, because I have perfect recall.
Yep.
So we all meet up for breakfast.
I've still got to get to Yordle, because Yordle we don't even know where he is. He's been dead.
Or has he?
Yeah, or has he?
And I have a breakfast meeting already. I can't meet up for breakfast.
And that becomes the question: is Yordle sleeping?
Yordle is sleeping.
Huh. Then what's Yordle been up to since he had a bad time?
I've made a few moves to work towards advancing in other places where you're not actively. I went away.
Yeah, I heard about it. Bad time.
It seems we were going about things in the wrong way anyways.
I
Sincerest
kind of love that.
apologies for any inconvenience that I'd caused.
I kind of love that I've terrified the god of war.
Yep.
The god of war is just like, nope, I'm not dealing with your crazy ass.
Alright, well then get the same stuff from him.
No.
Is he really into war and stuff?
Yeah, no. Basically, I suppose given where many of my faithful I've planned that most of... there will certainly be opportunities for those not interested in and want to finally be at rest, but the opportunity for those that want to seek endless war I have found greatly enticing to many of those that now are following through the sands, so...
So, pretty on brand.
Oh my gosh. He's near us. We gotta find him.
Is
He's
he?
probably on the Warforged group.
Yeah, the Warforged group.
I don't care about Yordle, he's useless.
Nah, it'd be hilarious. We need to find him and kick his ass.
I don't know why.
We just need to terrify the god of war. Just keep him always on edge. Anytime he shows up somewhere, we just murder him.
There's no use for that.
Well,
It
Brian,
doesn't help the goal.
No, but it's hilarious.
I'm not gonna help you with that.
Uh,
I've already heard him enough.
The knowledge lady, right?
Ilga?
Yep.
okay.
I got a visitor if she's sleeping. Is she?
She is.
And I'm gonna assume that she's just wants to do a collection of knowledge, research and study and stuff.
Yeah.
Big ol'
The
library.
time to read, the time to write.
Yeah, I was like, I thought I had you, but I gotta confirm because we're about to flip the switch on this machine here. Fantastic. Nice. Who we missing? We're missing one, right?
Gee, Terry, who is he missing?
Cinnamon Bundo?
He's missing my wife.
Oh, right. That lady who exists.
My scaly waifu.
Is she sleeping?
Conveniently, yes.
Nice. Hey, 5 for 5. Luck's finally paying out. -1 for nothing. And I go, this is probably just the easiest way to contact you because I know where you're at, but I thought I'd get to this now. So first off, can you grow trees?
Yes.
All right, yeah. Figured that. Just wanted to confirm. I'd love to have some trees grown if I could petition your services at some point in the future. Nothing imminent.
Set an interest.
But otherwise, yeah, we need I need some like hard, fast rules on your doctrine, and I give her the spiel about what I'm about to do.
Yeah. In general, nature.
Nature,
Yeah.
plants, farms.
Yeah.
Balance.
Farms to against the natural order. Are
Um,
farms against the natural order?
Not strictly, no.
Yeah.
There are
That's a good
certainly
question.
ways of doing it that are, but utilizing nature and plants for,
She's purely a no-till farmer.
she's probably
how-
against using the same plot until the ground is just so far drained of all minerals that nothing can grow there anymore.
Yeah.
No-till.
Farm responsibly.
That's really hard to get. Never mind. You know what? I'm just gonna let this one go. Have a nice
Oh,
day.
Bob, Google it.
No.
No-till farming is a real thing.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. People also will only eat found fruit, as in the fruit that's dropped from the tree, because they're wackadoos.
Yes, they are wackadoos. So what did Nim actually write down on her paper that she gave me?
They,
What does she say her doctrine is?
yeah, I mean, their doctrine is a lot of the stuff that I was basically telling to Billy earlier, so we went over a lot of that
Yeah.
as far as their general mindset.
Is she pro kill people who currently live because it's better to get there faster?
No, she said that she
Not
wants people to
overall.
accept their death.
Yeah, they are more interested in someone accepting that it is time to go than killing someone without knowing. So they may be for convincing someone that they have had enough out of life and that they should retire their life earlier than natural.
I think I'll go for a walk. Nope, you're gonna kick the bucket any second now.
I feel fine. I'm dead.
But she
I
also said
feel
that
happy.
she's got essentially cells of her sect that are problem solvers.
Yeah, and there certainly are reasons to go and have someone killed. They're definitely for using that as a solution. As far as their afterlife, it is to your liking probably a little vaguer than you may want, but you gather from it probably some degree of imagine a strange mix of creepy haunted house environment meets BDSM dungeon.
I
For
zoned
reeks.
out, and I'm paying full attention now.
For reeks. Alright, well that covers everyone else, right?
So, what is that about worshiping other people again?
I mean, go ahead, go nuts. You're welcome.
I think your wife is gonna be upset.
We'll find out real quick.
Your scaly, no-till wife.
You're like, hey Nim, could you help us out? Could we make use of it for a while?
Then yeah, it would just be the matter of getting everyone in the party's actual stuff down
Okay.
and adding that to the realm.
Alright.
I provide my stuff. You're welcome, Adam.
I mean,
Is
if
it
I'm
raining?
asked,
Yeah.
I not only provide my stuff, but I also let him know that I've got. I'm going to be making actual, like, full-on tablets of people's doctrines that are artistic and beautiful, that are going to be in people's alcoves. So, based on the what we're still calling a pamphlet, but it's gotten a little thick for that.
Oh, she thick.
I
It's a
literally
novella.
I've got expertise both in history and religion.
It's
I've been studying this my whole life, and I'm finally ready to do it. I will take what you've built and I will distill it down into nice, digestible bullet points.
alternatively, Terry, it could slowly be developing into a polytheistic holy text.
It's
Yeah,
a
but I don't know.
it's a living document.
I just don't know what to call it.
Call it a Bible. It just means book.
Yeah, but it's not thick enough to be a book yet.
Yeah, you're working. I mean,
Well-
if you include things like you could also include the entirety of Billy Bonka in there, as that's his holy text. And so
I mean, it's a scroll.
So we've got like 2 or 3 pages for most people, like 1 page for some people, and then we have like 200 pages for Billy for the Chronicles of Bonka.
that's not nearly that big of a book. It's a children's book. I
Oh,
think
Billy
it's
Bonka was
actually you had it illustrated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an illustrated children's book.
So we're talking like what, 10 pages?
I'm thinking
Probably
30
50.
to 40.
All right, so like half the holy text is Billy Bonka's.
Billy Bonka is okay with that, I bet.
Okay, so
I also-
everyone gives Rolfur his stuff, yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Also, Rolfur,
Terry, do you go build magically
Yep.
construct?
I've got that quarried stone, so I don't have to burn creation points on it.
Okay.
Also, I have a gift for Rolfur. Rolfur, I assume that when you are traveling throughout the river, do you have a way to get? I might have something for you, but it is reliant on this. Do you physically go there?
I mean,
He kills himself.
well, I don't have a way to transit over yet. The idea would be to eventually get to the point where the river literally overlaps my plane. I just
So
gotta
there-
it's a little piece of the river.
Oh, so you can't enter it with magic items.
No, I don't have gate.
It's like
I don't know. Unless I can grow a tree there.
It's like I could plane shift
Well-
there, but I would need some material for the attunement thing.
Does anybody still have their shroud?
Nope.
Yeah,
Also,
I gave
That was
mine to the kid.
I threw mine on the ground once I was done with it. It was trash.
Well, we should find out if anybody else has their shroud
I mean,
still. But
probably.
Sarah, do you still have the shroud that you were born back into the world with?
Sword does not know.
I don't get a luck check on that? BS.
no.
Okay.
So I
Um,
already know who does and doesn't have it. So
and get full sessions with that shenanigan. So yeah, never mind then. My whistle would be pretty useless for you then. Never mind. I have a whistle that when you blow it, you can fly, and it's double your movement speed. So it's just it would be really easy for you to like traverse the river with it.
technically, it would be a swim speed that would help with traversing the river.
Well,
Because it's a river.
he's already got the cloak of the manta ray, so he's
Yeah.
if he could
Physically,
Bring
get
it.
there,
Yeah, but if he wasn't a corpse and
yeah,
had his
that's
stuff.
I mean, either way. Point is, Terry has yet again done something useless.
I'm
So-
working on getting there more
That's
easily.
still a good item.
But hey, at least you have a high luck stat.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what?
No, I don't.
Given your involvement with creating this building, as you go into his place, and there are presently what is you have one size upgrade on your place? Is that correct, Rolfur?
Yes.
Okay, and the place is packed. Like you're being
No.
watched as you're building. This place,
One.
Hmm?
Where is it?
yeah, unless you have it separated one per area.
3 miles square.
Yeah, there's a lot of folks here. So, normally, since Rolfur was seeing, like, how many groups big a group he could get when he was shouting out and he was, but since you're involved, instead of making him do that luck check for how many people are being divided amongst everyone and such, do you want to let Terry make that luck check for you, Rolfur?
I don't know. I already rolled a 1. I couldn't roll it again. Certainly.
Well, it's up to you, Rolfur. Do you want to make the luck check, or do you want to let Terry do it? It's up to you.
I mean, the smart move is to let Terry do it, but you are offering me the luck check, which makes it feel like I should be the one rolling it.
Anywho,
stuck behind what I want to do and what I should do.
You're asking the lawful person the wrong questions. So, either way, we have a temple that is. I'm gonna drop 1,000 gold on gilding it. I'm also dropping 100 platinum on platinuming it.
I think it's still gilding even when it's platinum.
Yes,
Decorate.
gilding
Um,
any number of materials.
You could
If
just
I
say
had known he was
decorate.
gilding it, I would have required a lily, at least somewhere, for the obvious joke.
A lily?
Gilding
Yes,
Lily.
gilding the lily is a phrasing meaning that you're making something, you're adding things to something that's already beautiful. Like you're trying to make something more beautiful when it's already stunning, and you're actually causing detriment by adding to it. For
Well-
example, everything you did in your hole is just awful. The hands.
It's awful to you.
Yeah, that's gilding the lily so hard. I hate it.
But
Thanks,
yeah,
I hate
I'm-
it.
I'm also the haunted house BDSM worshiper over here, so what are we worried about? So yeah, we have the lovely
Harry or
limestone-
David?
We're not worried about it. So we've got the lovely limestone building that definitely doesn't have cat gargoyles all over it because kitties. But just all, and we have like what are those called? Commandments, like the commandment tablets in each of the alcoves.
Have these 15 commandments. Oy. 10 commandments.
But yeah, we get all that stuff together for everybody.
I'm also going to be helping work on this because I want to build my own stuff in my alcove.
Well, no, you're not personalizing the shrine. It is going to be bland and information based.
Oh, okay.
You want to personalize your own shrines.
The entire shrine. Look, my assumption was that each alcove was going to be entirely dedicated to giant writings, and that was it.
Yes, it'll have like some iconography of the symbol, maybe a statue of the person, but it's just going to be a copy of their past and their writing.
Yeah. The only artistry that I'm probably able to like fit in is making fonts for different gods.
Cosmic sand.
Yeah, Comic Sans.
That's gonna be the old man's for sure.
This guy
Wingdings
looks
for
fun!
Bill.
Yeah, wingdings.
Gothic for Nim.
Anyways, I still need one of you to just choose to make a luck check, you know. Whoever can get to it first, I guess.
Okay. 13.
It was between Terry and Rolfur, and you know it.
Sounds like
Yeah, they're taking too long. I have to pee like a
I thought he
Russian
said he rolled
racehorse
it-
on
I
a
thought he
rainy
said he
day.
already
Y'all
rolled it.
take it for freaking ever.
No one had told me a number. Okay, so 13. And then with the 200 from the days before that.
And yes, it really shouldn't have been me because I got another goose egg. I'm not joking.
incredible.
Had I rolled that, I
So,
would have tanked.
for sake of, let's say, the random distribution of people that we're each getting from here, each equally falling between each of these alcoves, we're just going to say that for the couple days, whatever here, 1,500 each.
I would have liked to game that a little more, but I understand the time crunch.
And is that for all the days? Because we passed another day last session that we didn't get anyone.
13 was 1,300 and then 200 from the
Okay.
other stuff. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Otherwise, we're gonna end, say, probably about 7:55 in the morning on day 156.
Okay, so I'm not getting my meeting.
That'll be
I
next
have a
time.
meeting at 7 a.m.
No, the guy that you replaced has a
No,
meeting.
I have a meeting with thy son's girlfriend at
At
7
8.
a.m.
That was an 8.
Oh, at 8?
You planned that
Oh,
one
okay.
later.
That's right, I gave myself an extra hour because I'm a smart boy.
Yeah.
Never mind, off we go.
Yep, so that was just before it. So we can begin with that next time. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye.